Ghosty here, and welcome to another Napoleon Total War battle replay. This is me against two enemy AIs and an ally. This is the AI as well. And I am Prussia today, so let's have a quick look of what we've got. Got some howitzers moving on to the left flank, got some foot guards, one grenadier squad, Prussian Fusilier moving up there. We've got most of the line infantry at the back. 3, 4, 5, 7 musketeer groups, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce them. These troops moving on to the right flank to cover the Portugal push there. And I have some more Prussian Fusiliers. So, as you can probably tell, this is Prussian hills, and as I seem to recall, this was a fairly close and very bloody battle. A lot of cavalry movements, as you see. I'm moving my cavalry, hussars in this case, up just behind this rock formation, protect them from the enemy artillery fire. And this was a good decision, because when it came to it, I do believe, if I remember correctly, I needed them there and then. So this is Austria, as it seems they're moving onto the right flank as well to combat Portugal, and forgetting about their Spanish enemy. So the Spaniards seem to be pushing straight up towards the right, sort of flank round, and it doesn't look as though Austria is actually responding to that very well. But let's see how the battle progresses. Already I've seen some artillery shots go off. Nothing major. But anyway, Portugal making this very aggressive push here. Straight up the middle, on the right. On my right flank, shall we say. And in response to this, I've moved my Prussian Fusiliers and a Grenadier squad into this sort of little defilade area, so their artillery can't actually get to me. However, the mistake I made is not getting them to hold the fire, so they've started firing actually into the ground. Waste of ammo there. My musketeers doing their utmost to try and catch up. And I've got some lancers here on the right as well, just in case I need them, because I've seen their generals not too far behind the back line, so we may be able to take an opportunity there. I've lined up two sections of infantry either side of this hill. We should have a line infantry soon forming up here, but I was very slow getting on top of the hill. And I'm just moving my hussars a bit further round, just for some cover. So Portugal doing very well here to sort of encircle my Prussian Fusiliers. But actually, the defilade is helping me. Protecting my infantry, however they are moving up troops, so should be able to be getting into range now. Oh, there's the first volley off, and they've charged in some infantry straight into my lines. And they seem to be doing that on all sides. We're getting off the first volleys here. It wasn't the best play on my part, aligning my men sort of not with the terrain really.
Our men are running, sir.
But Portugal pushing right through here. Let's just quickly zoom over to this. Yep. Our Fusiliers running. We're broken. And we have this splendid charge, and hussars straight into it. Portugal infantry haven't managed to form square. What a superb charge that was. Almost breaking them. Now, I've almost missed this line fight, but my men, as I was seeing before, have lined up very nicely on the top of the hill, and the Portugal infantry are just all bunched up, not really forming up very well at all. And I'm just getting some very nice shots off here. Just absolutely tearing into the enemy lines. Their disorganised rabble is just falling. It seems that Portugal has been very aggressive here and started pushing on all fronts. However, their Spanish ally is doing absolutely nothing. They're just getting shelled by artillery, and they just decided to line up and just sit there instead of taking this hill. Could quite easily have done that, with Austria being quite slow at setting up as well. Austria seem to have changed their mind a bit and sort of decided to just sit there. We've got a charge by the Portuguese cavalry, and I didn't notice this. I was too busy probably over on the right. But my musketeers didn't manage to form a square either. And unfortunately, the hussars did eventually break. But just look at this devastation on the battlefield. From a nice line of Prussian Fusiliers backed up by some Jaegers, just absolutely tearing into the Portuguese. The Portuguese seem to have encircled me here and pushed back my lines of infantry. Alright, just over very far right. There's just a bit of a skirmish going on. Not really anything of note. But yeah, this sort of line's broken. They've decided to run. Back in the sort of bush line here, we've got Portuguese infantry moving up very quickly. Extremely aggressive, and I just managed to get my musketeers back, sort of back on this line here, as the Portuguese tried to encircle me. And I decided that it was best if my Prussian Jaegers set up some spikes. Just as a bit of a precautionary defence, which actually turned out to be very beneficial. So we've just set up the artillery here, and unfortunately the Portuguese line infantry are going to plough straight into that and absolutely devastate it. All my artillery was taken out extremely quickly. So I've got some more musketeers moving up here to back up, as I forgot about them, and the general staff just moving in there. Oh, these Portuguese cavalry on the right, coming right into the back of me here. Not noticing this. This was very poor play on my part.
Our men are running, sir.
And lost a lot, and a lot of my units decided to rout, unfortunately. And as you can see, we've got a very nice flanking manoeuvre here by the Portuguese. Completely taken me by surprise. I don't know exactly what I was looking at, but just look at the devastation that's going on to my musketeer line. That can't really see this unit moving in here. I can just about see this infantry unit, but I don't know why I wasn't. Ah, there we go. They're moving across now to combat this flanking, and the Grenadiers are just staying there at the front. My Schutzen, however, are just sitting there. This wasn't a great play on my part, and we were very well pushed back by the Portugal forces due to their just aggressive fighting tactic. Actually, got some very nice flanking, but at the moment I seem to have the superior forces, and we've got the Portuguese routing because, well, they're isolated.
Our men are running, sir.
Over here on the right, more Portuguese infantry pushing up through this wood line, and unfortunately my forces on the right have routed, as they were well outnumbered. Luckily enough, I have two sections of infantry just behind the sort of front line that can easily back up my significantly depleted front line. Fortunately,
Sir, our general is under attack.
as my troops were already set up along this line, as the Portuguese infantry were moving up, I was getting off a lot of shots before they managed to set up and fire at me. Oh, the Portuguese general staff attempting, it looks like, to pull off a charge. Is this into the Grenadiers, or are they just, what are they doing? We've got the Portuguese infantry pushing right up here, flanking round. I've decided to move my Jaegers back and bring up some line infantry musketeers to combat this flank. So I'm managing to get off the first volleys as the Portuguese infantry line up. Getting off some superb hits, but unfortunately the Portuguese outnumbered me in this little bit here. My men did end up routing, unfortunately. Over on the Austrian side, which we haven't really been looking at, they've decided to push up finally, but they sort of encircled round. Spanish, that is. And, oh wow, just a massive melee infantry. I've got, it looks like, Austrian hussars, I've got the Spanish, Fusiliers. This is just a massive... Oh, and that artillery explosion there, just absolutely devastating. Austrian infantry. And this very unsuccessful charge by the Spanish cavalry here, because they're well outnumbered and the Jaegers have been well prepared. Oh, just look at this massive fighting infantry, just mowing the Austrians, the Hungarian Fusiliers. Just imagine what it would be like to be now. It would be absolutely awful. But the balance of power is still very equal, actually. It looks as though we are just pushing, I'm going to let that go on, move back over to my side. By the look of the mini-map, it looks as though I've managed to actually suppress the Portugal's advance just in time for a cavalry charge. Again, I didn't manage to swear, I obviously wasn't paying attention. Portugal attempting to flank, but they just don't have enough men, and desperately and valiantly fighting on, but I have the superior forces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units left. Yes, they are depleted, but 6 units left, and I'm actually managing to get some shots through at the General Staff. And yep, it's Portugal's final stand. General's making a very desperate charge and just getting absolutely gunned. Oh wow, getting absolutely gunned down there. Looks as though he's going for this line infantry that are just sort of sat here, but unfortunately it's the foot guards, which are the elites, and will very much just destroy them rather quickly. So I decide to there we go, there's a square formation for once. So I decide to charge at my General Staff, seeing an opportunity, and what a bloody battle that was. But Portugal, unfortunately, have been defeated. Yep. So back on the Austrian side, looks as though the Austrians have won due to superior forces. Although this melee battle is still very much going on. Let's see if we can get a... Oh wow. Very close and personal view of that. Spanish general just sat there, surveying his troops. Artillery bombardments are very much happening and devastating in infantry sections. General Staff just sitting there watching as men fighting to the bloody death. But the Spanish have managed to rout the Austrians on top, so I was wrong there. Because Austria are having to pull back. And General Staff just retreating back up the hill here. But the Austrian artillery doing very well to just bombard. So looking at the minimap, I decide to send over what's left of my cavalry unit to try and help, and hopefully I start sending over my line units as well. It looks as though the Spanish actually have the superior force. My ally wasn't able to hold them back. And a lot of his units are unfortunately routing. There we go, the Austrian general making, or deciding to make a last minute charge, but then deciding not to. Deciding to retreat. Or not? Yes? No? He's thinking about it. He's making a very desperate charge down this hill. And then deciding not to, again. See, as you can see on the mini-map, I'm just rushing over all the forces that I have left in an attempt to join up with whatever's left of Austria and do my best to win this battle. But as you can see, it's very close, and it looks as though Spain has the superior numbers and a superior position. If I was to set up along here, which I think I do, they'll have a superior position on top of this hill. But unfortunately, this general just biding his time, pulling off a little charge into the Walloon Guards of Spain. Oh, that devastating artillery shot. Ah, and the Austrians still have a whole unit of line infantry that's managed to sort of set up a little flank on the edge of the tree line. And outnumbers the Spanish Fusiliers by about 20 men. Hopefully they'll be able to make them rout, and I'll be able to join up pretty soon. I've decided to hold my foot guards off, as you can see, because Spain are making an aggressive push downhill, which I think did play a very important part in their downfall. They should have stayed on top of the hill and fought man to man, because if they'd have done that, they'd have had the superior forces and a lot more guns. Might have been able to win. Austria here still with their full complement of howitzers, just absolutely shelling the field. Just look at the smoke and the devastation of this melee battle. This was brutal. The Spanish reinforcing there. It's a very even battle between the Austrians. They have a nice flank on, and Spain don't seem to be doing much about that. So Spain making a very aggressive push, but unfortunately they're coming uphill, and I've managed to rout one of their units. I'm getting off the first volleys as they decide to set up. My men are still falling. And Austria making a very nice charge into the back of units here. Excellent charge. And I've managed to rout another unit of infantry. My superior position. It's just this last group by the looks of things. Very well morale. Looking at the whole there. And yep, they decide to rout. As more and more of my troops set up along this arc of the hill. We've got a very brave section of line infantry still. Gunning forward. Very brave, but they're on very depleted troops and low morale. And I'm just going to push forward now and sweep up the remainder of the Spanish. And as you see, the balance of power is very much in our favour now. With both mine and my allies' generals still alive, that's a good sign. So it's just a case of, let's fast forward it a bit. Yep, I'm getting off some nice shots there. And this unit actually ran out of ammunition, so oh wow. Hopefully we'll get to see a nice melee fight here. Let's try the slow motion feature out. Oh my god. Look at them, raised bayonets. Charging straight in there. Oh, what a clash between my troops, and it's back to play. Greatly outnumbered, but massively high morale. So we've got the support of a full line of infantry, but we're getting shot in the back a bit. And unfortunately, my men actually will have a massive decrease in morale because they're getting shot in the back as well as being stabbed in the front, so it's not always the best. The Austrian cavalry significantly depleted, attempting to just mop up really, and the Austrian artillery still firing there, and it's just a case of us mopping up now.
Soon to be yours.
Yeah, pushing my line infantry forward, just General's last sort of push there. But he's going to get gunned down. A few of his cavalry did get gunned down actually. Oh, artillery fire there. He's going to charge into the side of my foot guard, but they're more than able to deal with this. And I actually charged my general's staff in as a sort of last victorious sort of
We have killed their general,
display, and we managed to kill the enemy general. So yes, that is the end of that replay. What a close battle that was, and at one point we could have lost it, could have won it, indeed we did win it in the end. A few mistakes on the AI's part, but that's them. Hopefully next time I'll be able to bring you a player v player match. But anyway, thank you very much for watching guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.